What's going on, folks? On here for another wrestling rant, and we got a big one today. Just had a great week of professional wrestling that I watched an awful amount of, from the WWE, the AEW, NXT. We're talking about Monday Night Raw, NXT, Dynamite, SmackDown, Collision, and of course the Royal Rumble. So let's get right to it. On Monday Night Raw, of course, everyone was, just gearing up for the Rumble, setting up what they're gonna do. Kevin Owens coming out with, he wanted to face Rey Mysterio, which is great. I mean, man, KO as a heel, I absolutely love it. And also, if you've been watching it, you should definitely take a look at Kevin Owens, his shirts. Man, when he fought Jimmy, he was rocking a Naomi shirt. I peeped that when I watched it again. I was like, he actually had on a glow shirt. That is hilarious. I love the sarcasm of Kevin Owens. So we got that going, and I mean, everyone just gearing up for the Rumble. So Raw, it was a lot of talking. Not gonna lie, whole lot of talking. And the show, the matches were the matches. They were decent enough. And yeah, they're decent enough. Nothing to write home about, but because everything's building up for the Rumble, right? NXT, same deal. Had a lot of those girls who were going for their bid to see if they can get in the Rumble and stuff. And Trick Williams, he went off on he snapped off. So he's gonna be. I can foresee him coming to the main roster probably after WrestleMania. He can be on the main roster, but so. That was NXT in a nutshell too. So match for the matches, again, okay for what it was. Now we got AEW Dynamite. So let's get to Dynamite. As to where it is some of the most incoherent gibberish to try to follow along with. Moxley and crew, they had a 20-minute segment, and they had a little like inside look, or whatever you want to call it, of the Death Riders. I could only make it to 4 minutes and 20 seconds, and I was done with it after that. I couldn't do it because it made no sense. The fact that they keep on trying to push guys like Wheeler Yuta and not Will Hobbs is disturbing. Trying to push guys like Moxley. Because, I mean, they push Moxley. I don't know why. His matches are just the worst. His promos are not good. My goodness, why does everything has to evolve into an indie garbage death match? And we'll get back to that too. That little segment thing, if you watch that whole thing, please let me know. I did a video about that earlier this week because I tried to watch it again. 4 minutes, 20 seconds, that's my limit, and I'm done with it. Ricochet held someone hostage at scissor point while he was in the ring after he had a match. Why are we holding people hostage here? People were held hostage. It's insane. With scissors to his throat to keep Swerve from doing the Swerve stomp on him. That's what held him up. It's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Then we got Toni Storm. I mean, that which her whole little reveal, which should have been on Dynamite but wasn't. Again, it just dreck all over the place. Dynamite, it was long matches for no real reason, and that was it. I was not impressed with Dynamite at all. I mean, the matches were just long. That was it. They weren't good. They were just long. Next up, we got Friday Night SmackDown, in which, again, that was a go-home show for the Royal Rumble. You know, everyone trying to get their last-minute bid in, whatever, to get their thing at the Royal Rumble. So, I must say, Jacob Fatu is an absolute monster, and he is going to be a megastar. They keep putting him on a mic, and it's working. The way he and Damian Priest interacted. Wepa, I see you, Wepa. I was like, oh man, Jacob Fatu is one of the rare wrestlers nowadays that you can actually believe. You can believe, oh, you mess with that dude, he might tear your arm off. You can believe that about him. And it's, man, I can't wait. And and his performance in the Royal Rumble, oh my, top notch. But this is before the Royal Rumble, SmackDown. So on the SmackDown, and we all know they had a big big video package about Charlotte Flair coming back, and we know the Queen was coming. It was a SmackDown to go home show. wasn't too bad. Stellar show. Not gonna lie, but it was necessary for the PLE, which the Royal Rumble, I must say, man, blew it out the park. I thoroughly enjoyed the Royal Rumble to no end. But before we get on the Royal Rumble, I do want to talk about Collision. And I watched Royal Rumble first, and then I watched Collision later. They debuted the lady Megan Bain, right? She had her Collision debut where she won a pretty easy match, right? She debuted on Dynamite. She had her first day her first match, her televised match was on Dynamite, in which she lost. Why would you have her lose her first match out? I know it was the Casino Gauntlet match or whatever, but why would you lose her first match out to have her come in and then win? That's so backwards. But they had a god-awful match. Harley Cameron had a terrible looking match. Now, she's a talented lady. Don't get me wrong, she's a very talented lady. As a ventriloquist, amazing. Okay? She's an amazing ventriloquist. As a wrestler, this ain't it. Get an agent, be an actress, do shows, but you're an entertainer. She's a natural entertainer. She ain't a wrestler, though. She is not a wrestler at all. Some stuff looked awkward. I was watching her match, I was scared she was going to get hurt. I was genuinely scared, oh, something bad gonna happen, and I can see it. And no one at AEW is good enough to handle that. So I was like, this is gonna end real bad for her. But she won her match, whatever, and she did her ventriloquism trying to get a match with Mercedes, which was the most entertaining thing on the whole show, because the rest of it was just hot garbage. Hot garbage. Danny Garcia was defending his title. He won. It is over with, man. He came out to no reaction. It was like, oh, hey, it's this guy. And all of them came out to, hey, it's this guy. Oh, hey, it's that guy. He had a triple threat match for a title no one cares about, and the match that no one cared about. And why they even had this match? No one knew why they had this match or cared. But it was just awful. And then the main event. I'm pretty sure I'm skipping over a match, but yeah. The main event was Wheeler Yuta and Moxley versus FTR in a Mid-South Street fight. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? A Mid-South street fight. What's that mean? Huh? What's that mean? They had a Falls Count Anywhere Mid-South street fight. There was no reason for Falls Count Anywhere. There was no reason for them to have a street fight. During said street fight, of course, Moxley, as Jim Cornette and Brian Last affectionately call him and his crew, Dick the Boozer and the Boar Horseman, he gets out a pair of pliers and starts attacking a guy's nose with it. Pliers in a wrestling match. Why are there pliers in a wrestling match? Why? Why are you using them on your opponent in a wrestling match to grab his nose with? Why? But that wasn't even it. Then, of course, they got tables, ladders. In a street fight, why are you using a ladder? What are you climbing? In a street fight, why are there thumbtacks? Why? Just why? Thumbtacks for thumbtacks' sake. So yes, of course, Moxley pulled out thumbtacks and took a bump in him. He got slammed on the thumbtacks, and the tacks stayed in the ring the whole time, mind you. They in the ring the whole time. Everyone had to be mindful, like, to get stabbed with tacks. Just stupid for no reason. Of course, something happened to Moxley. Marina Shafir went through a table. I call her Shafir. Her name was Marina Shafir, but she went through a table. She hopped on one of the guys' back, and he put her through the table. Well, she finally took some damage because she just been beating people up the whole time too. So she got put through a table. Then Edge, and then all the Death Riders came out and started doing their usual nonsense. Then Edge and crew came out and started doing their nonsense. Oh, my mistake. It's not Edge. It's Cope. Cope and F did their nonsense, and then they fought off. And next thing you know, they're putting Wheeler Yuta through a table for reason 1, 2, 3. And they win the match. FTR wins. They had thumbtacks, ladders, tables in a match that no one asked for, a match no one cared about, a match that didn't really even matter in the grand scheme of things. They had that on, competing with the Royal Rumble. Whew. But that was what I watched on the between Raw. That's a decent enough show. Matches, I get nothing stood out too much except for JD McDonough's injury, which was horrific. Whew, man, that was crazy. And the fact that he finished the match is crazier. That was crazy. That was absolutely nuts. And he just that's a whole nother level of tough right there. That's a different level of tough. Yeah, JD McDonough, my complete and utmost respect on that end. And then what for NXT Dynamite, SmackDown? Yeah, pretty much that. Now, let's go to the main event. We are talking about the Royal Rumble. Yes, the Royal Rumble happened. And man, I can say this. This was one of the better Royal Rumble matches that I've seen over the years. The women's Royal Rumble kicked it off. I mean, everyone came out, yeah, did their stuff. Yeah, no. Women's Rumble was a Women's Rumble. I didn't expect it to be, a barn burner of a Rumble or anything like that, but it was some surprises there. I did not expect to see Alexa Bliss come back. That was hey, all right. I kind of had a feeling Trish Stratus would be there as one of the legends to be in the Rumble. Kind of had a feeling she would be there, and we all knew Charlotte Flair was coming back. She made her return. And we all knew Charlotte Flair would kind of win it. Just how they had it built. Like, yeah, she's going to come back and win. And I think she's going to challenge Tiffany Stratton for her title at WrestleMania. And with that, I hope Tiffany wins. So that'll solidify her as a legit champion. And that'll be a way for Charlotte to give back to the business. Let's see if she's on that page. And so I think I'm pretty sure that'll be the route that Charlotte's going to go. And deciding who she's going to wrestle for the championship. Then we had the tag team match with DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns, 2 out of 3 falls. This was the match that I decided I think I'm going to get me something to eat on. Man, I shouldn't have. Because I had to run back in like, hey, it's over. It didn't go as long as I thought it would. And it was entertaining. It was really good. And it was done quick. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So DIY retained because the Street Profits, they got involved in the last fall. Hit one of the Motor City Machine Guns with a crutch. That was it. I was like, oh, okay, good. I'm glad the Street Profits are turning heel. And they're like, hey, we don't like either one of you, so we'll beat you both up, which is great by me. That's fantastic by me. And then, oh my goodness, we had the ladder match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Man, they were fighting like they didn't like each other. It was good. My only negative about that match was the way they started it. Fighting off in the crowd. I'm like, you don't have to do this. It's already a ladder match. You don't need to be in the crowd for a ladder match. It doesn't make any sense. Get back in the ring where the titles are. It's a ladder match. That was my only thing that rubbed me the wrong way about it. But other than that, it was phenomenal. Man, that was one of the best ladder matches I've seen in a while. When they got back in the ring, they just used the ladders. I was good with that. It was the ladders. I was perfectly fine with that. And man, oh man, some of those bumps. I mean, my goodness, man, you can't tell me that brain buster on that ladder did not hurt, because man, that looked so painful when Kevin Owens caught Cody, dropped him. Man, oh, that looked like it hurt so bad. Oh, that match looked brutal. It was great. Kevin was busted open. I don't know if he busted open the hard way. Well, it was kind of hard to tell. It was hard to tell if he did it the hard way or not, because I couldn't see it. And they said Kevin Owens, but he was busted right above his eye, so I don't know. It was hard to see that. But man, it was brutal. And then the end, when Sami Zayn came out, you thought for a second, is Sami actually gonna help him? I thought for a second, like, oh, is Sami Zayn actually gonna help Kevin Owens win so they can have that WrestleMania moment? Is he? He didn't. He didn't. He didn't at all. And man, that Alabama slam through that ladder, man, that looked brutal. That looked rough. Oh, that looked like it hurt so bad. Cody retains. Then we got the men's Royal Rumble. One of the most star-studded Rumbles in a long time. And man, they came out there too. Penta and Ray started the Royal Rumble. They started out, and Penta lasted way longer than I expected him to. Although he shouldn't have. His feet touched. I know you got to get him over, but no, his feet touched the floor. I saw it. His feet touched. But it was great. It was great. I love that. I love that Royal Rumble. When Jacob Fatu, who's my MVP for the Rumble, when he got in there, that man is a force to be reckoned with. Oh man, he was a force to be reckoned with. Man, he was just dumping folks out left and right. He got, what, 7 eliminations? He was dumping people out. I mean, man, it was everyone in here, everybody he interacted with would be a dope match. Seeing Jacob and AJ Styles, dope match. Seeing Jacob and CM Punk, dope match. Jacob and Seth Rollins. Jacob and whoever was in the ring with him would be killer. Him and Penta. I seen some of this stuff from way back when. Yeah, I watched that. And that'd be crazy to see. But when Jacob got thrown out, it looked like Braun Strowman like lawn darted him. He lawn darted him. That man landed on his feet. Like, how somebody, he landed on his feet. And from his reaction, you can tell if, like, yo, he's selling this, or, yo, he looked pissed. He looked legit pissed. And, man, it was great. And the Rumble goes on. Roman and Seth get thrown out by CM Punk. CM Punk gets thrown out by Jake Paul. And Seth snaps. I'm telling you, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, they need to go ahead and just be a group of never Roman again, or Shield 2.0. They need to go ahead and just do it, because they all fighting the same thing. He's saying Roman can never be champ again. It'll never be you. Seth told him you'll never main event WrestleMania. The whole time during the Royal Rumble, Drew McIntyre was in. He kept on telling him, get him, Roman, don't let him win. It was great. Oh, man. Then, John Cena, it was such a good moment seeing Cena come out. The last time I got a little choked up, like, oh man, it is the last time. Then Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble. Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. Didn't expect that at all. So man, this week, just based off the Royal Rumble, every other thing, I can forgive it. A plus on my week on wrestling this week, man. A plus. I loved it. Hey, y'all let me know what you like, what you didn't like. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Comments below. Man, we can keep the conversation going about what you like, what you didn't like, what you were expecting, what you didn't expect. The Women's Rumble, one surprise, Nikki Bella. I wasn't expecting to see her. I was hoping AJ Lee, but Nikki Bella, not too bad. So y'all let me know what y'all think and what y'all take away on the Royal Rumble, y'all weekend wrestling. Let me know, y'all. Peace.